like, with my teammates, to introduce a little new tradition that we've been working on with the Jackals over there. So please, everybody, arms up in the air, spread your arms.
You guys, like, the reason I sound so incredulous, that's the skull chant. Did nobody tell him that?
Listen, we're going to get past that, get to the game. That was awful.
Kendrick Perkins back here with us on First Take. Perk, what did you think of the celebration? You like it?
I mean, you know what? I just love Wemby. So, you know, I give him a pass. I just love Wemby. I know what he's trying to do and what he's doing, so I give him a pass on that one.
That means hell no. All right, let's get into the games, because the Thunder have only lost 4 games so far this season, but 2 of them have been to the Spurs. Swagoo, does OKC have a Spurs problem?
Listen, the Spurs, when Wemby doesn't play and is not your best player in that game, and a guy like Keldon Johnson is, you have an issue, because now it's a team that can match you. My son and I went to see the Spurs play early in the season against the Mavs. And I think this team, more than anybody, understands who they are within the parameters of the Spurs. They know Wemby's the superstar. Everybody else plays their role at a high level. Don't sleep on Vassell. Don't sleep on Stephon Castle, who can explode at any moment. Keldon Johnson is a defensive guy that can shoot the rock as well. So I think this team, they're young. So from a physicality standpoint, a getting up and down the floor standpoint, they can play with OKC. I'm not going to say that OKC has a Spurs problem, because I still hold this Oklahoma City team in high regard. But I got to go off losing 2 to them this particular season, and that could become an issue, especially when you get 12 out of Wemby, I believe is what he ended up with in that game, and you get a win, a 20-point victory over OKC, with Shea playing well.
Yeah.
So it's not just the Thunder who has a Spurs problem. It's the league that has a Spurs problem. The entire NBA has a Spurs problem. And I'm here to tell y'all, the Spurs are legit. They're legit title contenders, not for the next 2 years, not for next year, but for right now. And yes, we know that Victor Wembanyama, he's all that. He's all that on both ends of the floor. Right? But it's the big wings. It's the big guards for me that are able to do it on both ends. We talk about Stephon Castle, and we look at what he's bringing on both ends of the floor. I mean, defensively, he's a dog. Offensively, we know that he could get a bucket, but now he's making guys around him better. De'Aaron Fox, another guy that has been in the playoff moment. We saw him go toe-to-toe with Steph Curry a few years ago when he was in Sacramento and they went 7 games when they battled it out. Harrison Barnes is a champion last night. He dropped a 20-piece on him. And so when you look at Dylan Harper, you look at Keldon Johnson, all those big guards that could do it on both ends of the floor. And when I look at a young team, Swagoo, you and I had a conversation the other day, our annual check-in on the phone, and we was talking about nephew, right? Marcus Spears Jr. and dynamic prep and how they play agenda-free basketball, and that's what we're seeing out of the San Antonio Spurs. They play agenda-free basketball, but playing agenda-free basketball, one word comes to mind: sacrificing. Do you know since Victor Wembanyama has been back, they have won 5 out of their last 6 games. Those 5 out of those 6 games, all those 6 games, Victor Wembanyama has came in off the bench. You haven't seen a frown. You haven't seen him talk about starting. You haven't seen none of that. And for a guy young to set the tone, to show that it's all about winning, it's all about winning. Swagoo, you just highlighted that he had 12 points last night, I believe it was. He was happy as hell after the game, because it's about the now. And so he's setting the tone, he's setting the temperature, and the rest will follow. The Spurs are not only a problem for the Oklahoma City Thunder, but they're a problem for the rest of the NBA.
And Courtney, a little insight to your point, Perk. When me and my son went to see the Spurs and Mavericks early in the season, there is and Perk knows this. Perk played for championship teams in Boston. He had veterans. He had guys that play well. This team from within holds each other accountable at a very high level. And the coaching staff, everybody's job is clearly defined about what they doing game in and game out. I think that, and all of those things have to be right for teams to win championships. Like Perk is the best on TV talking basketball. And he knows that you can have a superstar, but that don't necessarily mean you can win games. This team is agenda-free, just like you said. And any night, somebody can get 30 and everybody else okay with it.
I just love that we have these two teams.
Yeah, 100%.
The level they are. We get to see them tomorrow on Christmas Day, 2:30 Eastern time. And I know what Wemby said yesterday. He's like, it's weird to call this a rivalry because that naturally will happen over time. But for a league that is always talking about the next face of the league, who are the next powers, feels like they are right there
and they close
in the Western Conference.
For all
always good.
Yeah.
All right, there's trophies, and then there are edible trophies. Which bowl game dishes out the best food? We have some takes that are about to get spicy.
Whoa.